Moment for Coach Jack, having been a two-time Big East player for the Orange in her day, and now coming back to try to lead her alma mater back to prominence.
Official Erica Parker has the jump ball, joined today by Felicia Grinter and Tim Daly as we are underway here in Happy Valley. Right off the top, Janasia Cash getting in on the block and working down the floor. This Lady Lion team likes to work quickly.
No surprise that Syracuse gets out and runs right off the bat, but you're seeing just why Janasia Cash has been inserted into the starting lineup.
Shea Chesky, the freshman point guard, with the first shot of the day that rattles off. She's gotten the start now in 4 consecutive games. And Penn State settling back into his own defense. Chesky poking that one out of bounds.
We've already seen it here, Preston, just the pace of which Syracuse wants to play. Transition defense for the Lady Lions will be something to keep an eye on all game.
It's a Syracuse team that's talented in transition. They get their first look from behind the arc today. Deasia Fair knocks it down for 3.
Good start for Syracuse. Not known for their outside shooting yet this year. I expect to see some zone for Penn State on the defensive end as Alexa Williamson shows her athleticism right there, unable to finish on the right side.
A great move by Williamson. Can't quite find the bottom of the net as Strong brings it back across for the Orange. Second look from behind the arc today, and it's Hyman that drops it down. A Syracuse team averaging just over 3 made shots behind the arc per game across the first 4 games this season. They've already knocked 2 down. On the opposite end, here's Chesky with the answer. She puts it in.
We'll have plenty of opportunities throughout this basketball game, Preston, to talk about the growth and development of the freshman Shea Chesky. But right there, I saw 100% confidence. There's no, oh man, that we just got scored on. And we're seeing Leilani Kapanis come back in transition, using her body, taking and absorbing that contact. And Penn State wants to get out in transition just like Syracuse does.
We talked about this earlier before the broadcast, Mara, but this is a Penn State team that uses that pressure to force turnovers. One of the better teams this year in doing so, averaging over 27 forced turnovers for their opponent. That's the first one of the day, and Kapanis able to convert on the other end. She'll head to the line for a chance for 3.
And you just see how easy it is to score before the defense is set up when you can play at a pace in transition.
Knocks it down and right back into the full court pressure come the Lady Lions. Orange able to work this across with Hyman. Down into the corner, open 3. Look, rattled home by Fair.
We're going to talk a lot about Deasia Fair. Preston, she is a player who came with Coach Jack from Buffalo and has WNBA scouts taking a solid look at her.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Penn State. Deasia Fair, the Buffalo transfer, as you mentioned, she averaged over 23 points per game in her 3 years with Coach Jack at Buffalo. And now here in the Syracuse Orange uniform, already knocking down a pair of deep looks. Here's Shea Chesky trying to rattle one in, but it pops out, and the rebound pulled down by Lewis. Back to Lewis straight away. Thought about that 3 for a second, but rather they work it around. Down inside Hyman, a clean look to the basket, and she follows it through. Here's Kapanis. In and out of the hands of Cash. They give it back to McKenna Marisa. First team all Big Ten last season. Her first look of the day hits off the front of the iron and is pulled down by Fair. Fair standing at just 5'5", getting that board. She kicks it back outside, and another 3 falling for Tisha Hyman.
All things are going right for Syracuse, like you mentioned. Average about 3.5 made threes, and they've already made 4 here in the first 3 minutes of this basketball game.
And how about Hyman drawing the charge on the other end of the floor, doing it on both sides for Syracuse. They've gone on an 8-0 run over the last minute and change to start this contest and get out to the early lead. Penn State backs the pressure off as the Orange will bring it back over. Hyman, one of 4 returners on this Syracuse team from last year's squad. A very strong finisher, but has knocked down a couple of long-range looks already. We'll give off to Fair. Under 10 on the shot clock. Guarded tightly by Chesky. Uses the ball screen and draws the foul as Cash had to switch off to the speedy guard.
We've heard head coach Carolyn Keeger talk about the versatility that Janasia Cash brings and her ability to switch on that ball screen. She was moving her feet, however, touched fair with both hands.
Team second for Penn State. It's the first foul there for Cash. Here's Elena Rice. Into the corner, another open three look. This one gets the bounce and falls home. Asia Strong hitting the shot behind the arc, and a quick turnover is forced. Bounce back inside to Rice. She'll be tacked with the travel. This Syracuse team lethal from behind the arc to start this one today. 5 of 5 3-point shooting to open this contest. And as we mentioned, just averaging a little over 3 made per game across the first 4. Chesky trapped in the corner. Finds Cash, cutting into the lane. Nice pass connecting there. Shania Pintu into the contest, finds her first points. Fair breaks the press. Down inside, excellent pass to Dariana Lewis, and a timeout called by Penn State.
Certainly the start that Syracuse wanted, them being able to get up in transition, and as you mentioned,
19-7 Syracuse at the first timeout in this first quarter. The Orange have exploded behind the arc to start this one. 5 of 5 of 3-point shooting. And Maren, we talked pregame about how Penn State was going to have to try to force outside looks, protect the paint, but Syracuse is taking advantage of the open shots.
I think the game plan was appropriate given the statistics thus far in this season, but you got to believe that Coach Keeger was talking about defense and how they need to change it up and apply more pressure here in the rest of this first quarter.
Here's Shania Pintu inside, draws the foul. The pass down to Cash will not count. Foul going against Dariana Lewis for the Orange. And Penn State will take the ball under their own basket. First foul on Lewis. Here's Marisa, loses the dribble, back to Cash. Double team on Marisa. She's pressured once again. Nice move by Cash into the paint, can't finish. Rebound knocked away, but hauled down by Lewis. And a jump ball as Cash falls on top of it.
I really like that fake handoff, pivot and attack the basket by Janasia Cash. Had the right idea, needs to finish that next time, but followed up that defensive rebound by Syracuse, hustling on the ground, and was able to create this jump ball situation.
And that jump ball will keep it with Penn State here. A wet spot on the floor as they step in. Syracuse still in the midst of a 13-2 run over the last roughly 3 minutes in this contest.
And here we're seeing Janasia Cash just stay with that loose basketball, and those gritty hustle plays is exactly what Coach Keeger wants, and how you get back into a rhythm and get the momentum coming back to the Penn State way. Cash
right inside and finishes. Showing that athleticism once again with a strong move to the basket. Pass sails out of bounds off the fingertips of Deasia Fair. Penn State forces its second turnover of the day.
And that's what the press is meant to do, make you play a little faster than you want. Some of those cross-court or half-court passes up over your teammate's head.
Another look there at Cash's bucket. Marisa double-teamed once again. Nice move, pass down inside to Cabanis, rather the pass to Tanaya Thompson, and she converts. First points for her on the day. Here's Hyman, pass fake right to the basket, finishes with ease.
That was a pretty attack there by Tisha Hyman.
And right on the other end, shifty moves from Marisa, but she rattles out. Opposite end, here's Fair. Driving on Thompson, throws up the runner. Rebound into the arms of Lewis, and the jump ball will give it back to Syracuse.
And this is where we see the rebounding battle. And Alexa Williamson comes back in to give Janasia Cash a blow.
It'll be Williamson checking back in to share the floor with Pintu. Quick inbound behind the arc. Strong back into the corner. Fair for three, and it falls. DeAsia Fair, 3 of 4 from the field, 3 of 3 behind the arc, 9 early points. It's a 13-point lead for the Orange. So Lady Lions look to respond on the offensive end. Here's Kapanis. Back out to pin 2, drives. Leaves that one off the mark, and another rebound pulled down by Lewis. The Orange winning this early rebound battle. On the floor, jump shot from Hyman. Rebound knocked away. Penn State fighting for it. And another jump ball. This one goes back with the Lady Lions. In on the rip of that one was Tanaya Thompson. Cash quickly checking back into the game for Shania Pinto. Here's another look at that loose ball.
Just the hustle there by Tanaya Thompson.
So Penn State will get this basketball, bring it the length of the floor. This early 13-point lead for the Syracuse Orange, looking for their first 5-0 start since the 17-18 season. Rather, since, yes, the 17-18 season. They went 11-0 to start that campaign. Other end, here's Marisa. Wraparound layup doesn't go, and the foul tacked on to Williamson after the play.
We're taking a look there at McKenna Marisa, just missing that reverse layup, and then too much body by Alexa Williamson, and not a foul that any coach wants to see 94 feet from the hoop.
Third foul for the team. Hail Mary pass as Lewis sneaks behind the defense and takes the easy basket. Penn State pressure, allowing Lewis to sneak behind them. Now the Lady Lions look to respond once again. Screen from Williamson to Marisa. Tries to bounce it back over, but the turnover as it rattles out of her hands. Down the floor, Kapanis picks off the pass. Leads the team in steals. Back into the paint. She goes up strong. Had her shot blocked by Hyman, but she gets back after it. And a foul is called on the floor. This will go against the Orange. Here's another look.
We see right there Leilani Kapanis trying to dribble, so she could stand up, keep the play going. And now we're seeing Anna Camden check in for the first time at that stretch 4 position. Her ability to shoot that outside shot as well as contribute to the rebounding game.
It's the first game she has not started this year for the Lady Lions. Camden off the bench, gives the pass across to Kapanis here. Rebound smacked back out as Marisa chases it down. And a new shot clock for Penn State. Marisa setting the offense. Pull-up jump shot, and she's fouled.
That nice high ball screen or floating screen there from Camden, as we see Camden kind of slip this a little bit, allows Marisa to get right to that sweet spot. She's so good at the elbow, at the logo, and clearly was fouled there on the arm.
So Marisa to the free throw line, a 77% shooter this season. One of the unequivocal leaders of this team for Penn State. First team All-Big Ten last year. And she was second in the Big Ten and 6th in the nation in points per game. This year averaging 19 points per game. Knocks down the second look from the line for Marisa. Orange able to break the press. Here's Fair. 9 points for her already today, all of them coming behind the arc. Lewis back to Fair. Entrance pass to Strong. Rattles out, and Thompson grabs the rebound, looking to push the floor. Loses the dribble, back with Camden. Kapanis penetrates, draws the foul. Leilani Kapanis puts it on the floor, goes right into the paint, and gets her team back to the free throw line.
And that's what Kapanis does so well. She uses her strong structure, is not afraid of contact. I know one thing that the Penn State staff is helping her get to this year is to that jump stop, go off 2 feet, be able to read that help side and that third line of defense as to create just an open jump shot, not always seeking that contact.
Second shot here to come for Kapanis, another returning player on this Penn State team that will see valuable time this year. Second shot falls through. A quick substitution for the Orange sees Sanaya Wilson check in. Wilson, along with Cheyenne McEvans checking in, a pair of Buffalo transfers on this team. Pass inside goes off the hands of Wilson, and Penn State will capitalize off another turnover. Race it back to Camden, pulls the trigger on the three, falls short. Strong pulls down the board. Here's Fair. Back to Strong. Guarded tightly by Kapanis. Back outside, Fair pulls on another three, misses for the first time behind the arc today. But the rebound goes off the hands of the Lady Lions. It'll stay with the Orange out of bounds.
The scouting report on Fair certainly says she has three-point range, as she has made 6 on the year coming into the game. But she's also a threat at the mid-range pull-up. She's a threat getting to the basket, so she's a very tough cover. However, once you're in the game, the scouting report kind of goes out the window, and you have to take into consideration what she has done in the first 3 minutes of the basketball game and guard her for that three.
Big block inside for Penn State. Marisa looks to push the tempo. Free throw line, can't connect. McKenna Marisa still scoreless for Penn State. They've missed their last 7 shots from the field. So we tick under a minute in this first quarter. Fair to the basket, blocked from behind, and a blocking foul called in front. It was Kapanis that got a hand on it, but the foul will be called against Thompson.
We're going to watch Shania Thompson not get herself outside of that restricted arc quick enough to draw the charge on Fair.
Another look here for Deasia Fair, one of 3 captains named on this team this year for the Orange as she steps up to the line. 85% shooter on the year, but misses the first. She's been a top 5 scorer in the nation each of the last 3 years, comes over with Coach Jack from Buffalo to join this Syracuse team, and has really made a factor, averaging over 17 points a game this year, and today 9 points in this first quarter for the Orange.
And what we're seeing here in this first 9 minutes, 10 minutes of the basketball game is a 3-level scorer, a dynamic athlete. Those are the reasons that WNBA scouts are looking at her to see exactly where she could end up on the draft board come April.
The senior in her final year of eligibility with the Orange knocks down the second free throw. Penn State looking to score on the other end. Kapanis tries to pass it across, but it's stolen by Fair. Uses some speed, but now pulls out. 2 seconds between the shot and game clock. Look from Strong to Strong, and Kapanis pulls it down with one arm. Lady Lions slowing the tempo here to hold for the final shot of this first quarter. Marisa, round 2 defenders, loses the dribble, and it's turned over. But right back into the middle of the floor, big contact for the Lady Lions. Cash gets it back. Marisa for 3, can't connect at the end of the first quarter. Big contact with Allie Campbell on the floor for Penn State. Everyone back up and well. Just another look at that final possession of the second quarter here in the Bryce Jordan Center. An early lead for the Syracuse Orange, 27-14, alongside former Lady Lion Marin Walseth. I'm Preston Shoemaker. And Marin, this is an Orange team that looks a lot different from last year. They brought in a lot of transfers that have some development and some age, and currently they're second in the nation in active player career scoring, over 2,100 points across the careers of the players on this roster for Syracuse, and it was a big first quarter for them.
That's an astronomical number, and they're still shooting lights out. They are now 7 for 8 from behind the three-point line, challenging Penn State to get 2 feet past the three-point line to play defense.
Inside Cash, bodied and can't connect on the shot. As you mentioned, 7 of 8 behind the arc for the Qs in this first half. Entered the contest just averaging 3.3 made threes per game. That's going to continue to be a storyline as there's a foul here on the floor that will get Fair to the line. It's the first foul on Shea Chesky.
Here we see just the senior taking the freshman to school there, lowering her shoulder and center of gravity on Shea Chesky.
It's a foul on the floor, so no shots at the free throw line, but Fair will step back out with the basketball here. Guarded tightly by Chesky. Down underneath, trying to work inside. Allie Campbell comes away with the steal. Down the floor, throwing out in front. Cash kicks out. Corner three. Camden makes it fall.
Huge shot for Anna Camden. Obviously for this Penn State team in the second quarter, but for her personally, had such a fantastic preseason and practices and just hadn't found the bottom of the net yet consistently in games. So great open three and great shot for Anna Camden.
It's the fourth main three of the season for Camden, who, as you mentioned, has really been praised by the coaching staff. Ball knocked out of bounds here, and it will stay with Syracuse. But you want to go back and talk a little bit about Camden. She had such a great preseason, was playing great basketball these first few games. It's hard to say that it hasn't been positive for Camden, but she's been a leader on the floor. And when you start knocking down shots like that, it can really open up the confidence of a player. I mean, you can speak to that yourself firsthand.
And let's just be honest, kids like to score, right? And so when that is part of your identity and you know you're shooting the basketball well in practice, you just want it so bad that sometimes that creates a little extra anxiety. So fantastic to see Anna Camden, just kind of break that pressure tonight.
Camden checks out at that last time out, but Penn State forces the turnover, and Marisa runs right through the defense for her first basket of the day. It's another turnover forced by Penn State. Now 8 total turnovers for the Orange. Here's Campbell guarding on Lewis. Gives off to Rice, under 10 on the shot clock. Lewis again, guarded by Marisa. Inside to Wilson. Has the ball poked away. 1 second on the shot clock. McEvans is fouled as she goes up. 1/10 of a second remaining on that shot clock. Penn State ran it all the way down, but the Orange draw the foul on this look.
I think if Leilani Kapanis would have just stayed on her feet, she could have contested the vision of that shot. Unfortunately, she got a little bit greedy, but here we're seeing McKenna Marisa continue with that offensive, aggressive mindset and score there in transition.
Alexa Williamson checking in for Leilani Kapanis there. It's the first bucket there, first points for Syracuse in over 2 minutes as McEvans' first shot falls in. Another Buffalo transfer, the junior guard from Detroit. Playing in just her second game of the season with Syracuse, knocks down both from the line. We'll have another substitution checking in with Nia Wilson for the Orange. Here's Chesky giving off to Marisa. Marisa dribbling through a double team once again. Gets to the baseline. Quick pass. Williamson can't finish. And the rebound pulled in once again by Lewis. 7 rebounds for Lewis in this first half. Contested 3 for the Orange. Rattles out as Rice pulled up on that one. Bounce pass inside. Cash going right to the basket and finishes.
Great open side slot ball screen, really taking away any of the help for Janasia Cash on that roll, and McKenna Marisa delivered a fantastic pass.
Up to 4 points now for Cash. That's matching the team lead with Kapanis. Dribbling through trouble is Fair. Back up to Strong. Nice crossover, has the lane, right to the basket, finishes and draws the foul.
Asia Strong is incredibly fun to watch at 6'2", 6'3", built like a post player with handles like a guard, being able to turn that corner and get downhill and then finish versus contact. She's been fun to watch early in this game.
That foul goes on Williamson. That's her second, team third in the quarter. And Strong unable to convert on the three-point play as the rebound is pulled in by Cash. Chesky running the offense for Penn State, allowing Marisa to stay off the ball. She drives right inside, picks up that dribble and retreats back out. Here's Camden. Shot fake, but a travel. Quick shuffle of the feet there for Anna Camden. It's one she wants back.
And that was the right shot fake and go. She had just made a deep three. The defense comes out. I think she got a little bit eager and happy feet there.
Williamson back on the bench for Penn State with those 2 fouls, along with Leilani Kapanis, both with a pair of fouls here in this first half. Lewis working back through. Here's Wilson into the paint. Off balance runner falls. First basket for Nia Wilson, sophomore guard from Dallas, Texas. And Wilson settling into defense on Marisa. She gives off to Chesky. And another travel for Penn State. It was a shot fake and those feet shuffling for Shea Chesky. It's another turnover for the Lady Lions.
These last 2 turnovers, back-to-back possessions, what the Penn State coaching staff calls as empties, right? Empty opportunities on the offensive end. Both were careless and within control, meaning the defense didn't steal it from you, didn't force you to do that illegal action and turn the basketball over.
Kapanis and Pinto checking in at that timeout for Camden and Chesky. And a foul called against the Orange. Offensive foul trying to come down through the lane. And it's a first foul on Lewis. This is going to go the other way with the Lady Lions.
With back-to-back empty possessions for Penn State, this becomes a big possession.
Marisa, a couple of jabs, pulls up the shot. Big rebound from Cash, and she cashes it home.
That was a 1-on-2 offensive rebound for Janasia Cash.
Open look for Wilson, falls on the other end. Marisa animated on the defensive side as Penn State struggled to get back. Down the floor running was Pinto. Her shot doesn't go, it's slapped back out. Open 3, Allie Campbell off the rim, but Kapanis gets the big board. Third chance opportunity on the possession for the Lady Lions. Pair of offensive rebounds. Here's Marisa. The foul is called. This will go against Wilson. Penn State will take the ball out of bounds. Checking into the contest will be Tania Thompson. And we'll see it on the other end of this break. McKenna Marisa driving the floor. 2 points for her in the contest. Make it 4 for Marisa. And she'll get the ball with the Lady Lions. Syracuse Orange holding the lead over the Lady Lions of Penn State, 38-23. A look at Tisha Hyman, 10 points today on 4 of 5 shooting. But she is someone who has been critical for this Syracuse team over the last 2 years. Last year,
she led Syracuse in scoring and rebounding, assists and steals. And this year, she's really welcomed the help and the production of players like Fair and Lewis, the transfers who have come in and allowed her to be more of a distributor and play a little more carefree, as Coach Jack was saying, as opposed to having to do all of the work.
Lady Lions looking to score. Trailing by double digits. Here's Kapanis. Works it out, Thompson. Cash trying to drive on Lewis. 2 on the shot clock. Her spin around look can't go.
Nice post move there by Janasia Cash. Needed a little bit more elevation on the finish.
So on the floor, here's Hyman. Has it stripped away out of bounds. Last touched by Penn State. Pinto and Campbell in on the stop. Another look at Hyman coming down the lane. Kapanis is the one that pokes it out for Penn State. Orange around the perimeter. Here's Fair. 10 points for her on 3 of 5 shooting. Back to Hyman. 4 on the shot clock. Quick give inside. Wilson blocked away. Big time swat and the charge called on the other side. Pinto sliding in to take the charge. Here's another look.
That's that combination. I was so taken back by Leilani Kapanis' block shot. I didn't even see that there was a charge called. Great defensive urgency for Penn State in that possession.
Pinto, known as someone who is one of the better defenders on this team. The transfer from Oregon. As Tania Thompson can't connect on a shot. And a quick foul coming there against Pinto, going after that loose ball. It's one she might want back, the senior's first foul of the day.
Taking a look at Tanaya Thompson, that pull-up mid-range is her game. She can elevate like none other. Those are shots at that elbow off that ball screen of the zone that Penn State needs to continue to look for and take when open.
Guarding the basketball, Kapanis with Hyman bringing it up, gives off Fair. Fair straightaway three is short, and Cash pulls down the board. It's a sixth rebound for Janasia Cash today. An urgency from Kapanis as she pulls it back. Thompson guarded by Fair. Back to Camden. Lady Lions look to swing it with 8 on the shot clock. Give inside. Thompson can't finish. It's Cash rather, and a couple of shots knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Penn State.
You can see the frustration there with Janasia Cash as she slaps her legs in frustration because she had 2 feet in the paint layup opportunities. But great job by Kapanis there to encourage her, give her a high five, and throw it right back into her.
Inbound knocked right out of bounds once again by Fair. Penn State will keep it. One of their last 8 from the field. It's an over 2-minute and 19-second scoring drought for the Lady Lions. And, Coach, when shots aren't falling like this, what's the recipe?
It has to start on the defensive end and with rebounding.
Well, Penn State gets this all the way up top. Camden, quick pass across to Thompson. Nice shot fake, but the shot doesn't fall once again. Pushing the floor, Fair out in front, leads the charge. Nice reverse look as she drops it in.
That's transition offense at a whole new level. Fair is so quick in that change of possession.
It's a Syracuse team that has been good in transition this season. Prime example of it right there. Lady Lions just looking to respond. That scoring drought is now up close to 3 minutes. Marisa, open three, falls short, and Fair rips down the rebound. Straightaway look doesn't fall there for Rice. And Penn State pushes the floor. Here's Kapanis. Spinning inside, splits defenders, but the travel is called. Shot did not go. It's a turnover for Penn State.
Leilani Kapanis is so athletic. I'm not a ref. I'm going to stay in my lane here. But you can see some frustration. She's wanting so much. She's wanting to break this scoring drought. She's wanting to help her team get in the scoring and in the offensive column that sometimes players just try too hard.
Penn State shooting 27% on 9 of 33 shooting in this first half. So we hit the 2-minute mark in this second quarter. Inside, spin around look for Strong. Chasing him for the rebound was Lewis. Contact but no whistle as Chesky comes away with it. Pass across to Marisa. Coming back through and it's stolen away. Down the floor, Fair tried to sneak it across, but throws it out of bounds. Penn State gets away with one. They take it back.
We're seeing how fast Deasia Fair can play. And some of her new teammates are no doubt getting used to some of the no-look passes and at the pace and the angles of which she has been so successful, thus far in her career. Some of those turnovers coaches don't like to see, but you can understand where they're coming from.
Alexa Williamson back in for Penn State. 2 fouls in this first half. Seen just 5 minutes of action thus far. Yet to score after 20 points for last Friday against Bryant. There's Williamson with the ball now. Gives back off to Chesky. Pinsu into traffic. Back out to Marisa. Under 10 on the shot clock again. Marisa inside. Runner falls short. Penn State offense just not clicking on all cylinders here. Scoreless for over the last 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Under a minute in this first half. Here's Strong. Back to Fair, 12 points. Quick swing, Strong, gonna look for the three. It rattles out. Marisa pushing the tempo. Looking to Williamson. Quick pass to Chesky. Chasing it down into the corner outside. 3 for Marisa is off target. Down the floor, slow pass gets out to Fair. And she drives inside to draw the foul. It'll be the third foul on Alexa Williamson, and here's another look.
And this is the risk that you run as a coach, putting your team members on the court with 2 fouls. Alexa Williamson takes a seat, and Janasia Cash is back in.
And the shot clock is turned off with 29 seconds left. Syracuse has also not scored in the last 2.5 minutes as Fair comes to the line and brings an end to that streak. Penn State 0 of their last 10 from the field, 1 of their last 12. And now Williamson back on the bench with 3 fouls. We'll see her minutes limited in the second half. Pinto comes down with the board here. And Penn State will pull this back and hold for the final shot of the first half. It's Chesky with it. Back to Marisa. Just 4 points for McKenna Marisa thus far. The drive inside doesn't fall. Enough time for the Orange to set up a little offensive push. Here's Fair. Back up top, Fair for 3. Doesn't go, and that'll bring the end of the first half. A 41-23 first half. Syracuse hitting most of their shots behind the arc, 7 of 13 after opening. It's Janasia Cash that leads the Lady Lions with 6 points. Our producer today is Russ Bloomer. Sean McDermott, our director, joins us as well as Matt Wagner, our technical assistant, as both teams are out on the floor to start this second half, the start of the third quarter. Anna Camden directly in front of us will take it out of bounds for the Lady Lions. She's joined by Shea Chesky along with Leilani Kapanis, McKenna Marisa, and Janasia Cash. Camden replacing Alexa Williamson, who picked up 3 fouls in the first half from their traditional starting lineup from earlier tonight. It's the same starting 5 that we see on the floor from the beginning of the contest for the Orange, as Shea Chesky pulls up from behind the arc and can't connect on the first look.
Unfortunate that Chesky did miss that, but I saw 2 ball reversals. The basketball got to the third side of the floor, forced the defense to work. That's the type of offense that Penn State needs to continue to find.
Strong can't connect, or rather Rice. Now pushing the floor out in front. Kapanis has to throw it back, and it's a turnover for Penn State. Just a little too far in front on the transition pass to Leilani Kapanis.
As a coach, you'd like to see that transition full court pass, 1 dribble earlier, allowing Kapanis a few more feet to navigate and finish that layup.
In that first half, Penn State turned the ball over 10 times, 11 turnovers for Syracuse so far in the contest. A little bit of pressure there from Penn State, but Fair able to break it and knock down the bucket.
She is so smooth and so fun to watch. She makes the game look very easy.
Now 15 points for Deasia Fair, the captain, and of course the transfer from Buffalo. Other end of the floor, into the paint. Cash can't convert, gets her own rebound, and is fouled by Lewis.
As much as you want to see this first layup go in for Janasia Cash, the energy is still there. Nice dump down pass. You want that one to go in, but credit the senior with sticking with that offensive rebound and drawing a foul.
And Janasia Cash today with 6 points. It's her first trip to the free throw line for the Lady Lions. Coach Keeger talking about it in the preseason, the athleticism, the speed, the length that she brings as she returns back to the program after spending a year away from this team. They've really enjoyed having her on the floor and being able to mix her with someone like Williamson as well as someone like Allie Brigham down in that forward position.
She's the X factor. Extremely athletic, can see over defenders, great strength.
Quickly pushing in transition after the made free throw. Fair can't knock it in. And Anna Camden gets the rebound. Back down. Here's Cash again. Has it stripped away by Fair. Hyman from the elbow. Short. Penn State's going to break it out the other way. Kapanis picks up the dribble, has it taken back by Hyman, and then converts the foul. That's her 3rd of the contest. And then Penn State unable to make advantage of a couple of fast break opportunities. Here's another look at the last one.
I really like the pace of Leilani Kapanis there, and you just questioned, did McKenna Marisa communicate loud enough that she was directly behind her.
Tanaya Thompson, the East Carolina transfer, will replace Capitas, who now has 3 fouls. Here's Fair right in front of us at the scorers table. 15 points for Deasia Fair, leading all scorers in the contest. Hyman right to the basket, open lane, and she converts. And a little bit of a trouble on the inbound, results in the turnover. Fair jumps the pass to Wilson. Open jump shot doesn't go, it goes out of bounds, last touched by Chesky. And Penn State trying to inbound. Chesky immediately pressured, and then a turnover from Thompson.
And that's something I heard the coaching staff of Penn State talk about during shoot-around today, that the Syracuse defenders often try to steal that inbounds pass and to be aware, and they were able to catch Penn State off guard there. We've
now seen it at least twice today in this contest, once in the first half and then on that last possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock, a high pass sails off the arm of Fair out of bounds. It's a turnover for Syracuse.
You'd really like to see Penn State get into the half court here. Again, execute 2 or 3 ball reversals, force Syracuse to play 20, 25 seconds in the shot clock. Most defenders, Syracuse included here, will wear down and become a bit lazy or miss a communication or miss an assignment the longer they have to play defense.
Here's Cash inside. Right hand, a little bit of contact, and jump ball will be the call. It's going to give it back to the Orange, going down the other way, and for the first time today, we'll see Allie Brigham check into the contest. Nia Thompson. Also out on the floor for Penn State is Allie Campbell off the bench. And another look here at this press for Penn State. It backs off pretty quickly. Nice crossover from Hyman. She retreats back to Lewis. Fair guarded by Chesky. Swing back to Hyman with the left hand. Double team by Penn State. They go out to Strong, who clanks a 3 off the iron and loses it out of bounds. Nice defense there from Penn State to force an empty possession.
Penn State did communicate well, used their length, a couple of traps to disrupt the Syracuse offense. Can they take advantage here on the offensive end?
It's a 21-point deficit for Penn State. Inside Brigham, first shot of the day, and she's fouled. Nice entrance pass right down into the paint to Allie Brigham, coming off of an 11-point game against Bryant. It's a season high for her, and you can see she draws a foul.
She did a great job in that set play there of establishing position with 2 feet in the paint, which then makes a layup opportunity rather than a post move.
Brigham, the junior forward from Franklin, Massachusetts, now to the free throw line. So the first one falls for Penn State. Snaps a scoring drought of over 2 minutes. Just the second point here in this third quarter for Penn State thus far. And both of those 2 points coming at the free throw line as Marisa chases down the offensive rebound. Driving inside, retreats back out to Chesky. Brigham posting up on the near side. They get it into her. Immediately kicks back out. Corner 3 for Camden, and it falls. The second made 3 of the day for Penn State.
And Allie Brigham at 6'4" can make that pass over almost any defender, which is an excellent catch and shoot opportunity for Camden in the corner.
Bounce pass falls by the wayside of Sanaya Wilson, and the Lady Lions force another turnover.
Here we see Allie Brigham using a nice overhead pass. Same play.
This time Brigham keeps it
result.
herself.
Yes.
Nice strong finish from Brigham. Now 3 points for her. Fair off balance, drops it in. Deasia Fair up to 17 points. Chesky slowing down the offense. Now dribbling all the way through and draws a foul on the floor.
That's elite ball handling that we're seeing by the freshman, meaning she's using this high ball screen, splitting the defenders. Nice little crossover. It's an elite handle by a young player against a very stingy Syracuse defense.
Camden once again off the rim, rebounded by Campbell. Sneaks it back to Camden. Now Chesky tries the three, rattles it home.
And now you're seeing a little life from the Penn State bench.
Back-to-back possessions with threes for Penn State to go along with the Brigham layup. They force the missed shot here. And a foul is called on the floor. This will stay with Syracuse.
I don't think there was a foul there, Preston. It was just Anna Camden touched the basketball while standing out of bounds.
Yes, this will be a Syracuse inbound. It was nice defense from Penn State to force the missed shot. Now the officials coming together, believe over a dispute with the shot clock. Looking back at these last few possessions for Penn State, they've scored offensively in their last three. Syracuse knocking a layup in just a couple of possessions earlier. This Penn State defense has done a nice job of slowing them down as the three there falls back into the hands of Brigham, but the pass is tipped by Fair, trying to entry out to Chesky, and Penn State will keep it on the side right in front of us. Anna Camden gives it into Shea Chesky. Young point guard knocking down the three in the last possession. Here's McKenna Marisa, just 4 points today for her. Into the basket, has her shot blocked, chases it back down on the floor, and a jump ball is the call that will stay with the Lady Lions. An uncharacteristically quiet day offensively for McKenna Marisa. There's the other look, a nice give-and-go pass from Brigham, but has the pocket stripped. Forces the jump ball for the Lady Lions. They'll have possession on the other side of this timeout. 47-33, Syracuse in the lead on Big Ten Plus. (47-33), but Penn State outscoring Syracuse in the third quarter, and a big part of it has been the presence of Allie Brigham off the bench, facilitating the offense and scoring 3 points in 3 minutes.
It's difficult being a role player or a player that comes off the bench, just staying locked in and keeping with the game plan. But Allie Brigham has done a fantastic job, as we see here, executing an out-of-bounds play. It's almost like she knew we were talking about her. But whether it's post moves, her assist there to Camden in the corner, executing that out-of-bounds play, hitting a nice 8-foot jumper, she's really been a spark.
Pass inside and a foul against the Lady Lions, but Brigham, we've talked about, just such a high basketball IQ, really strives on the offensive side. Coming off of a game where she had 11 points, she's got 5 points now across 3 minutes of action, and here's another look at the foul we just saw.
I'm not exactly sure what either Lady Lion there was trying to do because they ran into each other.
Taking it out of bounds is Hyman. Quick bounce pass trying to work it to Strong. But there to knock it back away was Anna Camden. Cabanis back into the contest with 3 fouls. Checking in at the timeout for Allie Campbell. Coming across, Chesky gets a hand on the pass but can't rip it away. Bounce pass down inside, thrown away, and Chesky takes this one. Down the floor to Camden. Open trigger three, too strong. And the rebound is ripped down by Rice, but the 4th foul tacked on to Leilani Capanis going after the loose ball.
That's a pass that not every freshman makes, meaning Shea Chesky there to Anna Camden in the corner. And when you are Leilani Capanis, you understand that that's a basketball that you sometimes do get, but you have to understand your foul situation, time on the clock, and know that that's just a poor use of your athleticism in that possession.
It sees the Bellwood Antis and Altoona native Allie Campbell check back into the contest as Capanis goes to the bench with 4 fouls. Foul on the floor there against Penn State on Anna Camden, her first, team 3rd.
We're seeing The refs have conversations with players, and this is not the first time we've seen it. It's getting heated. It's a little chippy. The jump balls are being held a little bit longer than usual, and the refs have seen enough.
Well, this lead has been as large as 21 for Syracuse. It's cut all the way back to 12 after a couple of nice made threes for the Lady Lions. Penn State just trying to claw themselves back into this one. Strong opts away from the open three. Here's Fair on Chesky, pulls up the jump shot. Rebound ripped down by Allie Campbell. Pushing the floor, Campbell into Brigham. Spins around, no foul called as Strong got a hand on the basketball. Crowd in attendance does not agree. Down the floor, splitting the defenders is Hyman, gets her own rebound, shot falls, and one opportunity. Tisha Hyman, the captain, gets the basket to go, splitting defenders, has 14 points now in the contest.
We see Hyman use her pivot and step through. And this is a crucial moment for the Penn State Lady Lions as they have cut the lead, as you mentioned, Preston, and now it's keeping their cool and keeping their composure, not bailing Syracuse out with a couple silly fouls.
So Hyman to the free throw line, converts on the three-point play. As a team, Syracuse 5 of 8 from the charity stripe. It's back to a 15-point lead for the Orange in the waning stages of this third quarter. Chesky, opposite side, Marisa finds the bottom of the net with the three, her first made shot behind the arc of the day.
And the Penn State faithful here have come to life. They see the effort that their players are putting forth here.
Penn State working this man defense, and a foul is called on the floor against Allie Campbell.
Allie Campbell was moving her feet, but she gets a little bit handsy, leans in with her upper body.
That's the team's 5th foul, so into the bonus for the final 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
And that's tough here for Penn State.
First shot falling there for Hyman.
With 3 minutes on the clock and already into the bonus, you understand that Syracuse is going to continue to attack, drive downhill. And so it really puts pressure on your defense to move your feet and for help side to be in position.
Hyman converting on both, now has 17 points along with Fair, matching the lead on the Orange. Here's Marisa. Back to Chesky. Cutting through Campbell off the high ball screen. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Marisa to the basket. Confident, she finishes.
Again, it was a 25, 27-second possession of defense for Syracuse, and they broke down.
Chesky defense, shot from Fair doesn't go. Rebound for Cash, and the Lady Lions look to break out again. Coming through, and a foul on the floor on Hyman. Chesky using her young but strong basketball IQ to dribble across the floor and draw that foul. It's the 3rd foul on Hyman and the 4th for the Orange. Inbound comes to Brigham. Gets it back to Marisa up top. Marisa now up to 9 points on 3 of 13 shooting today. Gives off Chesky. Syracuse once again working Penn State under 10 on the shot clock. Brigham double teamed, hands off Marisa. Only has 3 seconds. Up top, deep three for Chesky, off the mark. Fair splits defenders. Hyman open three. That one hits off the right side all the way out of bounds. It'll be Penn State basketball.
You can just feel Penn State here trying to cut this down to single digits.
Another look at Marisa going all the way around the defense to convert on the basket.
Nice use of her left hand.
So Chesky, guarded by Fair, will bring this across for the Lady Lions. Has the ball knocked away, but picks it up. Here's Brigham. Back to Cash, 7 points for her today. Has the ball poked away and taking it as fair. Down the floor, 1-on-2, draws the contact for Cash and the foul. Just that slight hesitation there from Fair that allowed Cash to come in from behind, initiate the contact, and it's 2 shots coming at the free throw line. Cash will check out as Shania Pinto comes back in. Also checking in with 4 fouls is Alexa Williamson.
I've got to believe Alexa Williamson is in here for this last minute 19 to give Allie Brigham an extended break, as she has really been a difference maker and a spark for Penn State in the third quarter.
Seeing those uptick in minutes here with the 4 fouls to Williamson. First shot goes from Fair. Second shot to come. Fair converts on 1 of 2 from the line. And back comes Marisa and the Lady Lions. Hard crossover by Marisa. Back to Williamson, throws up top. Allie Campbell hones it in. Out to Pinto, thinks about the shot, now takes it on the step back, drops it home.
That's a tough shot. A step back 3. Very impressive by Pinto.
Penn State has held Syracuse without a field goal over the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Coming through, Williamson takes the big hit, no whistle. Strong for 3. Friendly bounce for the Lady Lions. Couple of seconds separating the shot and game clock. Pinto, another 3. It's in! Cuts the deficit to single digits.
That's a tough shot, as you'd like Penn State. If you're a Penn State fan, you'd like Penn State to take the last shot of the half. Now you're giving Syracuse an opportunity to cut into this lead.
Hyman driving, spinning, and converting. 4 seconds, Marisa. 2 seconds across mid-floor, puts one up, just off the mark. And that will end the third quarter. A 10-point lead for the Syracuse Orange. Penn State, 22 points in the third quarter coming out of the half. And a couple of big shots from Shania Pinto has her up to.
And we really felt the momentum shift and the momentum change, even from how the coaches approached their respective teams to end that third quarter.
Opening the fourth quarter with a 3 from Rice, and the rebound ripped away by Pinto. Quality minutes from Shania Pinto down the stretch here. Down the floor, Chesky open 3, it falls. 5 behind the arc for Penn State.
And now you're seeing Penn State here in a little bit of a junk defense. You're seeing Chesky on Hyman, and Allie Campbell there just face guard Shania Evans.
And forces the turnover as Evans tried to throw that ball off the leg but shuffled the feet. Lady Lions trailing by just 7 points. And back up the floor comes Chesky. 8 points, 2 shots made behind the arc for the freshman. Dribbles the ball, bounce pass down inside. Williamson, strong move to the basket, converts.
That's the Alexa Williamson that we saw versus Bryant, just commanding in the paint and a solid post move.
5-0 run to open the fourth quarter for the Lady Lions. Inside, open look, but the charge comes before the pass. Who else but Pinto to step in front? Big defensive swing.
Here we see 4 Penn State defenders hawking the basketball. Luckily for Penn State, that was called an offensive foul on Hyman as the dump down. There was no help to help her. They were all helping. There was no help to help her.
And that's big for Hyman. She leads the team with 19 points. It's her 4th foul, and she goes back to the bench here. Something to keep an eye on. Chesky to the basket, draws the foul on the layup. Lady Lions aggressive to open this fourth quarter. Already out to a 5-0 run, and heading to the free throw line is Chesky.
That little hesitation dribble by the freshman. Chesky makes that post player think, and she retreats back to her matchup, allowing Chesky a clear line to the rim.
First trip to the free throw line today for Chesky. Knocks the first shot home. She's now 7 of 8 on the season at the free throw line. Penn State is a team today, 7 of 10. Converting on both to make this a 4-point game. Rather a 3-point game, just down to one possession here. Allie Campbell, tight defense on Fair. Pulls up, the shot goes strong. Last touch by Pintu out of bounds. It'll stay with the Orange.
Highly contested shot there by Syracuse, thanks to Alexa Williamson, giving Syracuse a baseline out of bounds opportunity.
Taking it out of bounds is Rice, going up top to Fair. Into the corner, Strong, thinks about the three, couple steps in and converts on the mid-range jump shot.
That's a tough shot for a post player.
Here's Marisa. Back to Chesky, nice quick move, the runner falls.
It's been really fun over the course of these early games, watching this freshman just develop and gain confidence and show more and more of her elite scoring skills.
Second time through 5 games this season that Chesky has scored double-digit points. But this foul is called away from the basketball against Penn State. It's the 4th foul on Williamson, who had 3, and now checking in for is Janisha Cash. Some foul trouble for Penn State. Leilani Gapinis with 4, and now Williamson with 4. Cash with 2, checks back in. Holding it out of bounds is Cheyenne McEvans. Inbound, stolen away by Allie Campbell. Pinsu back to Campbell. Off the screen, gives back to Marisa. Down the lane, has the open look, reverse layup, rolls it home. 1-point lead for the Orange. Corner 3, knocking it in to silence the run, Elena Rice. Penn State outscoring Syracuse in this 4th quarter, 11-5 now. But that Syracuse lead is back to 4. Chesky tries a 3, has it blocked, right into the hands of Cash. Out Campbell pulls up, and her shot knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Penn State.
Everybody, the 5 on the floor, the entire bench, and the fans here are calling for an over the back on Strong, Asia Strong. And I will say that Janisha Cash has got to be able to get her butt into the body of Asia Strong for that to be called.
Into the corner, wide open, Chesky 3, it's in! Jay Chesky, 15 points and a 1-point lead for the Qs.
I'm going to say it again, Shea Chesky is growing up right in front of our eyes here.
Chesky on the defensive end now on Fair. Step back 3, around the rim, rebound to Campbell, they push the floor. Out in front, Pintu. In the basket, jump stop. First lead of the day for the Lady Lions.
These Lady Lions have shown in a tremendous amount of grit, fighting back when their shots weren't falling.
It was a 21-point lead for the Orange that's evaporated. And now a foul on the floor against Chesky with the Lady Lions a 1-point advantage, 6 minutes and change remaining. Chesky leads the way for Penn State with 15 points, but here's another look at the foul.
Shea Chesky, there are moments, as good as she is, there are moments that she's still a freshman.
Quick zip out to Fair. Dribbles through the screen, all the way back into the corner. Rice, 3, knocks it home. Big time 3 for the senior Elena Rice. A surge from the Lady Lions in the second half has brought this game back to a one-possession lead. A look right there at McKenna Marisa. Her and Shea Chesky leading the way. Marisa, a slow day offensively, but on her last bucket, hit the big shot to get up to 11 points in the contest thus far. The Lady Lions will look to reclaim the lead on this possession. Here's Campbell around the screen. Back to Pinsu, mishandles, but retreats it. Marisa. Big pass inside to Cash, around the defender, too strong. Big rebound from Pinsu. Open three, Chesky at the shot clock buzzer. She hits it.
I'm not even sure if that was the real shot clock or if Janasia Cash has hit the rim. It does not matter. The young freshman had her eye on the number.
Fair for three, too strong. Rebound Pinsu. It's a career high 18 for Chesky in her 5th game with Penn State. Back into the hands of the young freshman. Finds Marisa up top. And a foul called on the floor. This will go against Elena Rice. Her 3rd.
We're seeing Janasia Cash set that ball screen on the outside of the top of that zone. And really, it was just a poor defensive effort.
A look at Cash there. Under 5 minutes in this 4th quarter, Penn State has come all the way back, holding a 1-point lead. Back to Chesky, open three. Can she do it again? This one too strong. Behind the arc today, Chesky now 4 of 10 shooting. It has 18 points. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Cash inside. Back out Pinsu. Open three for Marisa. Off the mark, and a rebound grabbed by Strong.
Not the result that Penn State wanted in that offensive possession, but definitely the ball movement.
Inside, nice defense from Marisa to force the Hyman miss. Down the floor, Pinsu runs out in front and converts on the fast break.
The 3rd quarter, the game changer, the X factor was Allie Brigham. Here in the 4th quarter, it's been Shania Pintu.
Coming off the bench, Pinsu now 11 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Lady Lions looking for another defensive stop. Slipping to the floor was Strong, but she regains her feet and hits the jump shot. Pushing the floor again, out in front. Quick pass, Marisa converts. What a look from Cash.
And what do you see? You see teammates pointing at teammates, thanking each other for the pass. This is a very unselfish Penn State team.
3-point lead for the Lady Lions, 3:30 to play. Camden, or rather Campbell on the defense, forces the missed shot. Marisa right down the floor will now back things off and let the offense develop. Penn State's outscored Syracuse 23-10 in this 4th quarter. 45-24 in the second half. Marisa jump shot short, all the way back out to Chesky. Nice spin move, and now using the shot clock to her advantage as we tick under 3 minutes. Campbell standing alone in the corner. Here's Pintu. Gets it to Campbell. Puts it right on the floor. Mid-range look for Allie, and she hits it. First made shot of the day for Allie Campbell.
Penn State again is in this triangle and this junk defense. You see Allie Campbell face guarding Hyman.
And a whistle away from the ball on the floor. This will be a foul against Penn State, but the Lady Lions have surged back. Coach Carolyn Keeger clapping her hands in appreciation for the efforts of the Lady Lions in this second half. They have a 5-point lead with 2:36 remaining. But the Orange are going to try to claw themselves back. Here's another look. There was a foul away from the basketball there. And a quick timeout. We'll take a break with them as well.
Carolyn Keeger recruited her here for a reason, to run this program, to run this team, allow McKenna Marisa to play off the basketball. And she knew that Shea Chesky was going to grow by leaps and bounds each and every game, and we are certainly seeing that in the first 5 games of this season.
Tisha Hyman will take it out for Syracuse. Bit of a wet spot on the floor being addressed. Hyman does have 4 fouls as he's back checked in for the Orange. Marisa guarding the basketball. Quick inbound. Batted up in the air and stolen away by Penn State. Campbell got her hands on it. Marisa pulls back and runs the offense. Here's Marisa. Straight away from the elbow. Knocks it home. McKenna Marisa, what can she do? She just continues to knock down some big shots. It's a 6-0 run for Penn State.
McKenna Marisa was 1 for 10 in that first half and 5 for 8 here in the second.
Hyman, key pass to Strong, who drops home the reverse look. Now under 2 minutes, Penn State playing with a 5-point lead. Coach, if you're running this offense, how much time are you trying to burn in each possession?
You want to use the shot clock, but not at the expense of slowing down or getting out of rhythm. And so that's that fine line that certainly McKenna Marisa understands, but an opportunity for Shea Chesky to learn here on the fly.
Foul called on the floor against Hyman. That's her 5th, and she exits the contest. 19 points on 7 of 13 shooting for Tisha Hyman, but she checks out on her 5th foul as Marisa took the ball right to her and drew it. 20 seconds on the shot clock here, and Penn State will inbound.
And that's a tough defensive substitution for Syracuse.
Marisa draws another foul on the floor. That's the 5th. Penn State enters the bonus for the final minute 37.
Here we see McKenna Marisa being the senior and taking that hedge from Asia Strong, getting a hip advantage there as Penn State wants to continue to be aggressive, knowing that any foul, shooting, or hand check will result in an opportunity at the foul line.
Marisa knocks the first shot home. Penn State at one point today trailed by 21 points. The last time the Lady Lions have rallied from down 15 or more to win a game, you have to go all the way back to November of 2018, a game against Providence. Since trailing 45-24, the Lady Lions have gone on over a 46-20 run. Inside, look for Lewis. Toilet bowls out. Big rebound for Pinsu as the Lady Lions look to ice this one. Time for Chesky. Gives off to her mentor in Marisa. Marisa backing it off, 8 on the shot clock. Under a minute to play. All the way to the basket, blocked out of bounds. A big swat from Lewis.
Nice defensive possession there by Dariana Lewis, coming from out of her area to block that shot.
Quick inbound Cash, gets the shot up and draws the foul off Strong.
As a coach, I really like Allie Campbell taking the basketball out for a couple of reasons. The biggest being her height. She's able to see over that inbound defender, which can often get in a player's way. And many teams have their point guard take the basketball out for out-of-bounds plays, with certainly Penn State does at times, but I think that's an advantage for Allie Campbell.
First shot goes for Cash. It's an 8-point lead for the Lady Lions with 55 seconds on the clock. Cash today, 9 points after she hits the second shot from the line.
Talk about a tale of two halves here, Preston. Penn State scored 25 in that first half, and Syracuse is at 27 here in the second.
Big shot there, and a quick timeout called by Coach Jack and the Orange. You talk about a tale of two halves there, Marin. Penn State scored 25 in the first half, 14 in the first quarter, 9 in the second. They scored 22 points in the...
Be successful in that first half.
So Penn State will inbound. Allie Campbell can run the baseline. 3 timeouts left for the Lady Lions with 46 seconds on the clock. Looking to get an inbound, she finds Marisa and gets out in front of the defense to avoid the foul, all the way to the basket, fouled and one. Icing on the cake for McKenna Marisa as she stretches the lead to 9 with a shot to come.
She had her eyes up for a solid 85 feet there, finishing at the rim as we see. And that's a wise, aggressive scoring mentality by the senior, the first team all Big Tenner, understanding that points on the board are more important right now.
34 points in this fourth quarter for the Lady Lions. They hold a 10-point lead. 3-point desperation. Heave does not go. Offensive foul going against Lewis. Lady Lions get the ball back with 35 seconds left. You begin to see the smiles on that Penn State bench.
The smiles on the Penn State bench and around the arena for sure, as the Lady Lions have really demonstrated their grit, and when faced with adversity and their backs against the wall, responding to the bell, responding to the call. And it's really been a couple of reserves and bench players that have stepped up. In Allie Brigham, fantastic beginning of that third quarter. Shania Pinto, Allie Campbell has played significant minutes. Freshman Shea Chesky, although a starter, technically certainly doesn't have the experience that somebody like Leilani Kapanis or McKenna
for Marisa that really has been the switch for her to bring the offense back.
McKenna Marisa has been more composed. She's been getting herself to that foul line, that elbow area.
Inbound stolen, and the Lady Lions can hold here. No immediate foul. Marisa, you talk about her composure. She gives back to Chesky. A difference of 4 seconds in the 2 clocks.
Penn State does need to get a shot up.
7 seconds inside. Marisa, spin around look, puts it home. 22 points on the day for McKenna Marisa. And for a team that was down 21 points in the first half, the Lady Lions will take this one in Happy Valley by a final of 82-69.
What a game, Preston. Penn State needed this win to demonstrate that they could not only start their season 5-0, but beat an ACC team